Hello, my name is Vanessa Lucier. The story I chose to talk about is the Epic of Sundiata. This is a story I felt connected with and believe that many others could benefit from reading as well. Sundiata Kita was born as a result of a prophecy that was given to Konate, who was his father. He was also the king of Mandinka. Konate was told that if he married an ugly woman, she would then give him a son who would one day be a mighty king. Although Konate was already married to a woman and already had a son, when he was presented with the ugly woman, he married her anyway. He had a great deal of respect for prophecy. Although Sundiata was born crippled and could not walk throughout his childhood, he was still granted his own griot because it was custom to grow together and to provide consultation. When Konate died, his first son assumed the throne, despite the wishes of his father. His father wanted the prophecy to be respected and for Sundiata to still become king. Sundiata, his mother, sisters, and younger adopted brother from Konate's third wife, faced a great deal of hatred and it drove them to exile. Sundiata began to grow strong and he fought with the greatest general of the Mima people. He became such a great warrior that he was made heir to the Mima throne. Despite this, he was encouraged to fulfill his destiny and return to Mali to become king. Meanwhile, the Mandinka kingdom had been attacked by a cruel king named Soso, and the oppressed people of Mandinka sent for Sundiata. Sundiata waged a war against Soso and was finally crowned with the title of king. There were so many situations and circumstances that contributed to my understanding of the story Epic of Sundiata. The cultural and moral values in Sundiata are very prominent. There is a great moral responsibility and want for righteousness. This is the whole reason Sundiata returns back to Mali, without losing hope or faith in his destiny. Fate and destiny are very prominent and of great importance to the people and to the story. The people believe the story presents every situation as it is already foretold and according to destiny. This is obvious when considering how highly the prophecy of Sundiata was valued. Not only did the king take a second wife to have a second son because of the prophecy, but even though he was born crippled, the king never gave up on the idea of the prophecy and of him becoming king of Mandinka. He respected it and hoped for it to be carried through even after his death. Later in the story, the people of Mali also show their belief in the prophecy when they send for Sundiata to come back. The people in the story also place great value on the idea of heroism. The story expresses that a good hero is made up of physical strength, good virtues, and emotional intelligence. Although prophecy was very important, not all felt it had to be followed. The first wife and son allowed their jealousy to cloud their judgment, resulting in disregarding the prophecy altogether. When reading the story of Sundiata, I started to see some similarities and differences in the culture, values, and society of the story and the culture and values in today's society. Unlike in the story, fate and destiny are not as important in today's society, at least not in the same way. It is not as common for someone to tell you what you will do and who you will become, not at least in America. I believe our society may feel drawn to the idea of having a destiny, but look at it as something that is up to us to create. We grew up believing and being told that we could do anything and be whatever we would like, much different than in the story. The society in which we live today also does not place as much importance on heroism, and the idea of a hero is defined differently. You no longer have to be big and strong like Superman to be considered a hero. Even the small things can make someone a hero in someone else's eyes. I do believe the good virtues and emotional intelligence does help though. Jealousy is also something that has a constant negative effect on today's society. Much like it did in the story with the first wife and the son, many people make decisions based off of jealousy instead of rational thought and reasoning, unfortunately. I would definitely recommend the Epic of Sundiata to others to read because it forces one to reflect on where they might be in their own life, what they would like to change, and how, within them, like Sundiata, they probably have the strength to accomplish all the goals as well. No matter how bad the situation, you could always turn it around if you believe something strongly enough and are willing to put forth the effort. You can make it happen. Thank you.